Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me for today's snapshot. Today we're going to be looking at the risk of sentiment that's prevailing in the dollar and how to trade it. But before we do that, please take note of the following important information. Please know that CFDs are high risk products and that you should be completely aware of the risks that they pose. Also know that this is a general commentary only and does not constitute investment advice. Finally, these are our sources of information. Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, these are the notes that we're looking at. So there is a risk of sentiment to start the week, and we note that the DAX, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100 and the Russell 2000 have all pulled back. But we do note that M2 money supply is also increasing, and that increase, although it is going up, is shallow. Let's take a look at that in a little bit more detail. And here's the M2 money supply graph, and you can see that it has been moving up quite aggressively for most of 2020. Then from about July, it moved sideways. But now you can see we've got a higher trough followed by a higher peak. So there is a uptrend that's starting to develop. Okay, but it's very, very shallow. Let's just bring up the technicals here. Take a look at the top chart here. So this is the US dollar. Okay, I want to draw in a line. So there's the line down. Okay, let's just move this chart over so we get all the price action in. As the US dollar comes down, the DAX has moved up. Okay, the S&P 500 is generally moved up. The Nasdaq 100 is generally moved up. And the US 2000, the Russell 2000, has generally moved up. So there is an inverse relationship, an inverse correlation between the greenback and the risk markets. And as we've seen, there is now an increase in the M2 money supply, which may, if there's an excess supply, start pressuring the dollar downwards. And if this relationship holds, well, then we've got to be very cautious about the risk of sentiment. Let's end off with some key takeaways. A risk of sentiment is manifesting. We are cautious about this. Money supply is increasing, and this tends to be supportive of markets. Dips may be compelling. I hope you enjoyed today's snapshot. If you did, please click on the subscribe button below. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to speaking with you in the near future.